Hello guys, today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to configure the DHCP server in the Cisco router. To configure the DHCP server in the Cisco routers, we are going to use the 1841 series Cisco router, and then I will drag the in devices, and then I will use the switch to connect the in devices and the routers. Okay, the connections between the switch and the router is done through the straight through cable, because the router and switch are different devices. So if we need to connect the different devices, then we will need a straight through cables. Okay, I'm going to use fast Ethernet 0/0 in routers and fast Ethernet 0/24 in a switch, because when you design a network, you should always follow the standard, because that will ease your life. In these connections I use 0/0 fast Ethernet 0/0 of a routers to connect the switch, and FA 0/24 of a switch to connect the routers as a uplink port, and the switch and the PCs, which are the in devices, are also the different devices. So the connections between the different devices are also done through the straight through cable. Fast Ethernet 0/1, fast Ethernet 0, fast Ethernet 0/2, fast Ethernet 0, and finally the last PC, fast Ethernet 0/3, fast Ethernet 0. Okay, here you see that the switch port is trying to go to the on state. Okay, to configure the DHCP server, let's open the router terminals by double click on the routers, and then go to the CLI tab, and then press N, then EN, then configure terminal. Okay, to configure the DHCP router, we will issue some commands. First of all, we will build up a DHCP pool to store the DHCP IP address by issuing the IP DHCP pool caps LAN pool. Okay, the pool name for the DHCP is LAN pool. LAN pool will going to store the DHCP addresses which are going to liaise to the client devices. Okay, the DHCP network will be of 192.168.1.0, and the netmax for this network will 255.255.255.0, because this is the class C address. Okay, the default routers for this network will be the default gateway in fast Ethernet 0/0 of router 192.168.1.1 exit. Then I'm going to exclude the IP address which are not going to used by the DHCP server to give that addresses to the client. The address that I'm going to exclude is the default gateway address, IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.1.1, because this IP address is used in the default gateway of the routers. Exit, write. Okay, a write command will write the currently configured configuration into the NVRAM. Okay, conti, we are going to put the IP address in fast Ethernet 0/0 of the router, which is also act as a gateway for our network interface. Fast Ethernet 0/0 IP address, which is the default gateway, is 192.168.1.1, and netmax for this will be 255.255.255.0. Okay, no shutdown command will switch on the port of the routers. As you see here, the message is the fast Ethernet 0/0 port on the router is going to state up. Do write command will write the configurations, exit. Okay, when you hover the mouse above the routers, you see that the IP address in fast Ethernet 0/0 port, the IP address in fast Ethernet 0/0 port is 192.168.1.1. Okay, now test our DHCP servers whether it is working or not. To test the DHCP server, we'll go to the desktop and then IP configuration and check mark for the DHCP. Okay, here you can see that the DHCP request is successful. While ticking to the DHCP tab, first of all the client message will discover the DHCP server. Then DHCP server will offer the address to the client. Then client will request for the IP address. Then after that, after requesting the IP address from the client to the DHCP server, then DHCP server will finally acknowledge that request and provide the IP address along with the default gateway as well as with the subnet mask. And this is the completion of DHCP server configuration in Cisco routers. Okay guys, try it in your packet tracer.